So it's not a matter of if you get sick, but when you get sick. So here are my top tips of keeping up your healthy lifestyle, even if you're feeling a little under the weather. So I find that my clients typically polarize in one or two ways when they get sick. They either use it as an excuse to rummage through the pantry, rummage through the refrigerator, get all the chocolate, the sugar, the carbs that they can get their hands on to comfort them while they're not feeling so well. Or they beat themselves up. How dare your body have the audacity to get sick and derail you from hitting your health and your wellness goals? Regardless of whichever camp you fall into or whatever mindset you find yourself in, both of these have a risk of a negative spiral of self-sabotage. Both mindsets can threaten to derail you, making you lose motivation altogether and just keep you from getting back on track, okay? So here are my top tips to stay on track towards a healthy lifestyle while you're not feeling so healthy. So my first, the easiest, the most common thing that you've heard is hydration, especially if you have a fever. This is all uber important if you have a fever. And when I talk about hydration, I'm not just saying water, okay? Don't hear water when I say hydration. You need to replenish water and electrolytes and salt. The definition of dehydration is the lack of salt, magnesium, potassium, and water. So you can't just, so to rehydrate, you can't just be drinking water. You need the electrolytes and the salt as well. Second tip, taking a break is okay. It is okay to stop your workouts. When you're fighting off of the flu or a virus or some kind of bacterial infection, your body is doing everything it can to get you back to a healthy state and ward off this infection. So taking a break, prioritizing rest is so much better for you than continuing to stress your body and exhaust your body even further by trying to do the workouts. You're essentially compromising your immune system. Third tip is eat nutritious foods. That should not take a back burner while you are sick. You will likely not have an appetite or you'll be craving junk food. But despite this, your body still needs nutrients right now to fight off infections and heal. So it's simple to focus. The simplest way to think about it is to focus on food in their most natural, unprocessed form. If it had a mother, if it was grown from the ground, you can eat it. I tell my clients specifically, don't worry about tracking your macros. We're not trying to hit macros when we're sick. We're not worried about our carb intake or carb cycling or things like that. I want you to only focus on getting enough whole foods. That's it. Now, with that being said, I'm not asking you to give up ginger ale and saltine crackers when you have the stomach bug, but there are some simple swaps that you can make for healthier options. Like Zevia makes a fantastic ginger ale that's sweetened with stevia, and then instead of saltines, you can do my favorite cracker brand, which is Simple Mills. So just those simple swaps are more of a whole food based or minimally processed food that you can make to help kind of improve your health and your wellness even while you're sick. But with that being said, if someone offers to bring you a meal when you're sick, even if it's processed, even if it's not whole foods, I want you to accept it because I want you to take all the help you can get and prioritize rest instead of cooking yourself something or fixing yourself something. I want you to prioritize that rest, okay? Some good foods to think about and to reach for when you're sick are soups and broths. Both of these are an excellent source of both hydration, electrolytes, and nutrients while you're sick, especially bone broth, because it also has that protein boost in it as well. And anytime you can have a warm liquid, it's also going to help soothe any congestion that you might be experiencing. Other foods are berries, such as strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Most of these kinds of fruits contain beneficial compounds called anthocyanin, I think is how you pronounce it, but those have strong anti-inflammatory, antiviral, immune boosting effects. And then the third, in addition to the soups and bone broth, the berries, is focusing on green leafy vegetables. So these leafy greens such as spinach, romaine, kale are packed full of vitamins and minerals and fiber. They're going to be an especially good source of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate, which are going to help boost your immune system to help you get better quicker. And I know you're all waiting for my famous one-liner. Just jump right back in when you start to feel better. But I will tell you, this is the one time I'm going to tell you not to jump back in, okay? Instead, we're going to be easing back in. We're going to focus on habit stacking instead of just doing it all at one time. So I want you to start by taking short walks before you try doing your first HIIT workout, okay? If you've been laying in bed for a couple of days, you probably have achy joints and weakened muscles. Specifically, if you've got the stomach bug, I want you to try to keep down like soup before you try to eat a macro balanced meal, okay? As you begin to start adding back in your workouts to your daily routine, I want you to start with just 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, reevaluate how you feel. If you're feeling more energized, keep going. If you're feeling less energized or drained or feeling worse, I want you to stop and then try another. Don't do the workout for the day and then try it again in a couple of days. Give your body a few more days to heal and recover. So in a nutshell, we're going to focus on rest, hydration, and nutritious foods. And we are not going to worry about workouts or hitting our macros. And hang in there and remember that your feelings of discomfort and sickness are going to eventually diminish. Push through that mindset because your success is not going to be hindered by this sickness. This is a small blip in this long-term journey, okay? Don't let it lose your mojo or lose momentum, okay? I want you to keep pushing forward because every step that you take is improvement in your health journey.